Hello, himbos, bimbos, and thembos. Welcome back to episode 4 of the podcast.
Hello, yes, it is a lovely Thursday evening. We are sitting here sweating our balls off in my unair-conditioned kitchen and just having the loveliest time.
We were just having a chat about how amazing all of the in-pour of support was from our family and friends.
So incredible. I mean, the feedback we got, all the people telling us, please stop. Why are you doing this?
You're embarrassing our family, putting a stain on the family name.
Okay, genuinely, we do want to say thank you guys so much for the actual support. You guys have been so incredibly nice and just gone out of your way to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and which is insane because we at least deserve, -2, but we'll take the 5. If you guys want to throw more our way, we will happily accept. But genuinely, this has been a very bizarre experience, and we're taking to it very well. Jillian just bought her second Lamborghini.
Third, actually.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yep. And I wrapped it with real 24-karat gold.
Oh, wow. And the second one was actually for Yoshi, right?
Yeah. She's still trying to get her license, and I've actually been lobbying with Congress, trying to get avians the right to drive cars. I don't think it's right to discriminate against them, so she should be able to drive as much as I should or shouldn't, Which
is, again, a debatable amount, but...
Yeah. Well, look, I only got into a couple accidents this week, and I only killed one person.
Regardless, Jillian has been taking the success very well. She's making very smart financial decisions. I'm so proud of her. I think you also... Did you buy a Lamborghini for your yacht?
Actually, it was a yacht for my Lamborghini.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. I just like to enjoy the simple things in life. What's wrong with that, Lamborghinis, some gold, huffing farts. It's the simple things, really.
Right. A nice, aged fart.
Yeah, like a glass of nice whiskey. I swirl it around, put a little ice cube in there. It's quite delicious, actually.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm not one for farts, but I will dabble in burps occasionally, and you get a lot of flavors there, a lot of textures. There's a lot of complexity in a burp that you don't really get in a fart. So
yeah.
I really I like to bottle that shit at the source. I'll bring a pot of chili over for Jillian, and she'll eat it all up. She'll eat that right up, and then I just sit there with my mason jar, and she'll just belch right into it. And then I have, about a week's supply.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks, as they say. Did you know that birds cannot burp?
And they haven't all spontaneously combusted?
Yeah.
Where does it all go?
Well, they just don't eat things that make them have gas.
But they eat seeds. Don't seeds have a ton of fiber?
I just don't think their digestive system works that way.
Seeds are insoluble. So if you take a poopy and you see seeds in it...
Free lunch.
No, that's not where I was going. I'm just saying I think typically fibrous foods make you have the farts.
Well, as far as I know, they can't. But there was this really horrible prank that people would do where they would... I guess this isn't even a prank. This is just straight up animal abuse. But they would take Alka-Seltzer tablets and they would feed them to seagulls. And the seagulls would just die because their stomachs would explode.
What the fuck website are you watching this on?
I wasn't watching it. This is just a known thing that assholes do at the beach.
Jillian's like, yeah, there was this really weird prank I saw on YouTube. I'm like, I don't think that was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, who's doing that? Sociopaths?
Probably.
Is that how a lot of up and coming murderers get their first kill? They're like, you know what? I don't really feel like stabbing a cat today. I'm just gonna take some Mentos.
Yeah, let's spice it up.
And serve it to a pelican. Just
I'm gonna dump it into that
gullet.
The big gullet. Yeah.
I'm feeling a little experimental today.
Well, if I wasn't supposed to pour Coke and Mentos down his beak, then why was it so big?
Explain that, God. No, I've never had any sort of inclination to like experiment on fucking animals. Like even
Oh God, I would hope
whole,
not.
well, I say this like it's a normal
Well,
thing.
hold on a minute, because okay, in the bird owning community, there is a phenomena where there's just this like understanding that birds just smell really good, and I understand how much of a weirdo I sound right now saying that. However, the other day, Lauren came over to get her laptop charger that she forgot, and I had my bird Yoshi out, and I put her in Lauren's face as she was leaving for like a little goodbye
Against
kiss.
my will.
Yeah,
I might
sorry.
add. Just, I honestly think she was trying to suffocate me. It was really intense.
With her feathers. No, but then Lauren says, "Oh, Yoshi smells really good." And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. It's not just a bird people
She was
thing.
waiting for that one moment validation.
Yeah,
and
because
she got it and she freaked.
Because every time I say that to people who just don't have birds or have never held a bird or whatever, it just sounds fucking weird.
I mean, it does still sound fucking
It is
weird.
still weird, yeah, of course. But I feel less weird about it now that I have outside validation, because she does smell good.
I'm glad I could provide that for you. I cannot to the same degree validate you huffing farts at the amount you
Well,
do, but
to each their own. But
I'm proud of you for varying your huffing sources. You know, sometimes you huff farts, sometimes you huff birds,
Yeah.
sometimes you huff bird farts.
well, I would if they existed, but
Oh, they don't even fart.
no, they can't
That's
fart. She can
tragic.
sneeze.
Okay,
I let her do it right into my mouth.
that's acceptable.
Can you describe for me what my bird smelled like? Describe for the people. I want to
she-
know.
She smelled like fresh linen almost.
Yeah, it's like a sweet must. No, it's kind of fucked up actually, because you can get a disease from owning birds for too long called bird owner lungs disease or something. It's like, I don't know,
They really just gave up naming that, didn't
yeah,
they?
they're like, what? This disease is caused by owning a bird and it affects your lung. Okay, bird lungs disease.
bird lung owner disease.
Yeah.
Lung.
No, it's actually kind of fucked up. So I hope
Do they slowly start turning into a bird?
yes. What was that? I didn't mean to do that.
I was
my
going to say, is
God.
there a chicken in here?
It's happening.
Jill. I mean, I saw her pecking at seeds earlier and I thought she was just hungry, but
It's happening. You need to put me down.
all right, let me get the cage out.
Yeah.
Would you like
so-
to be salted and peppered or like an herb mix?
I'm thinking like a lemon pepper kind of thing. That sounds
Lemon
good.
pepper?
Yeah.
And like a rub or a marinade?
Yeah, a dry rub.
Oh, dry rub.
Don't forget the ranch on the side, though.
You don't want a wet rub?
I mean,
Ranch?
now that you say it.
You're the kind of chicken bird that wants to be dipped in ranch?
Yeah, is there something wrong with that?
Is that a thing? Comment below if you eat ranch.
Dude, when I
Dipped
used to eat chicken
chicken.
wings, I would eat them
Well,
with
that's different.
ranch.
That's chicken wings. I'm talking about like a seasoned
like
chicken
a chicken
breast.
breast.
You just dunk it in a vat of ranch.
Delicious.
Ranch chicken.
Marco kind of does that. He'll eat chicken with ranch.
Well, Marco also makes smoothies with Brussels sprouts and baby vomit, so I don't fucking know.
yeah.
He's not from here.
It's his famous broccoli milk. He
Oh yeah, genuinely though.
literally will blend broccoli, like raw broccoli, oatmeal, and water together
Like
and
cooked
drink it.
oatmeal?
No, it's just raw oatmeal.
Oh, so oats.
Yeah.
It's not oatmeal until you make
Well,
the meal.
okay, whatever. Oats. But yeah, it's disgusting.
It's oat snack.
Well, he's like, okay, I'm trying to get fiber and whatever. I respect it and I get it, but
This is not how.
there's a better way.
This is what an alien would do if it came down the earth and was like, must be healthy.
Yeah, what do humans eat? Broccoli.
Analyzing fiber content. Oats.
What is broccoli high in? Like, what are the nutritional benefits of broccoli?
I wish I could tell you. I think there's like calcium in there.
I don't really like broccoli.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Roasted broccoli? Are you shitting me?
No. No, I don't know. there's just something about it. It's just a little too plain for me. Like I like it if
Let me guess, you're eating steamed unseasoned broccoli like the whitest bitch in the world.
Okay, that I'm saying I don't do that. Like I'll put like lemon juice or like
that's better.
no, and other seasonings like it's like the chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's or like salt and pepper or whatever, like garlic. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't think it's my preferred vegetable.
Is it steamed?
Yes.
You gotta roast that shit.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta roast that shit. Put your broccoli in an oven with chopped up onions and sweet potato. And I also do chickpeas. And then I put it all together on a plate and I put tahini and sriracha on top. And it is so fucking good, you guys. When I tell you, this shit is buzzing. I'm not speaking metaphorically. You will need to sit on a towel because
wear a diaper.
The amount of liquid that will come from your special parts is just unreal. You take that first bite, you got to go get another towel.
Like the floodgates have opened.
Like the scene in The Shining, but not blood.
Yeah. No, we get it.
You use your imagination.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of like roasted vegetables and stuff, I just shared a recipe with my mom where you just roast a bunch of like tomatoes and onions and like garlic and herbs. And you make tomato soup. After the vegetables are done roasting, you can just blend it up and it's really delicious. I highly recommend it.
Wow. Since when did this turn into a cooking channel?
I know. We decided to tonally change the direction of the podcast.
So if you'd like to hear our recipe for barbecue wings, you can skip to 25 minutes and 60 seconds. So 26 minutes.
I brought Yoshi. We are going to cook her alive.
Like I built a little rotisserie spit. It's going to be a lot of fun. Actually, we thought about live streaming it on Instagram. So if y'all are into it, we can have a little like, a little barbecue, a little cookout situation. BYOB, bring your own bird. Preferably like a parakeet, something small, adorable.
Bite-sized.
Yeah, bite-sized. Because you don't want to spend an hour eating your meal. It's all the joy is in the cooking.
Right. It's the experience.
So if the guy at the pet store gives you a weird look, just tell him I'm a really big bird fan. I don't know what to tell you. Don't lead him on because then the bird police might come. But
throw out an invitation to him. He might come around.
And he might bring extra supplies if you know what I'm talking about. Some lizards, you never know. A couple betta fish. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Truly.
Just the whole pet store, chinchilla. I don't know. Are those legal anymore? These kids, I babysat had one, and I was like, how is this allowed?
Wait, really?
Yeah, chinchilla.
I always remember
make fur coats out of.
God, that's fucked. I just remember like in the pet store, they would always be like, you can't pet it unless you buy it.
What?
Yeah. Every time I went to like a Petco and they had a chinchilla.
If you're going to violate that hamster, you got to pay for it first.
Yeah. We're not liable for any trauma you caused to this chinchilla.
$5, I'll let you pet its little booty.
They do look really soft though.
Hamsters?
No, chinchillas.
Oh, they are very soft. But I can imagine they poop everywhere.
Yeah, they're really cute though. They take little dust baths, like chickens do that too.
So they just bathe in dust?
Yeah.
Love that for my apartment.
I know, right? I would imagine because like I'm pretty sure hamsters stink. Like if you get a hamster, they just smell really bad. So I don't know. Like is a chinchilla a rodent? Like wouldn't it smell?
I guess,
too?
But I smell pretty awful too. So I think it'd be a pretty good match. And then I wouldn't need to shower because I would just take it everywhere and I would have an excuse. I'd be like,
Well, you can start bathing in dust too.
Oh, shit.
All the shit that's on your floor, you just roll around in it.
Oh, that's right. And then, we go in public together and people can't tell the difference. So I never have to worry about buying shampoo. I mean, honestly, great money saver.
Yeah. And they say that, pet owners often look like their pets. So you're just fulfilling that stereotype.
I'm just going to grow a full fur coat.
And a big bushy
stop
tail.
Shaving.
Yeah. No, I had a friend growing up who had pet rats. And they were actually really cute.
Yeah, they can be cute.
I guess they can laugh. Like if you tickle them, they laugh. But it's like at such a high frequency that human ears can't hear it. Or such a low frequency. They're like, oh
my God, that's really cute. That reminds me when I was in high school, there was, I don't know if you guys ever grew up in a place where they had like goats or sheep come eat dry grass. At least in California, it's like a fire prevention thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we were in PE one time in high school, and like some of the goats or sheep or whatever, I think they were sheep, they're up on the hill, and they'd all be like, meh, meh. And then every fucking minute there would be this one that would be like, meh. Or he'd be like screaming like, meh. And I don't know if anyone's seen The Witch, but you know that like Black Peter sheep, the bighorn sheep at the end? Yeah. I was like, oh, it's Satan.
Yeah.
Satan's here to come take our souls.
No, he's just here to trim the grass, you know. He's got a side gig. I would imagine ruling hell gets a little boring.
Yeah, once he consumes the grass, he consumes our souls.
Yeah, it's an appetizer.
Yeah, exactly. No, those sheep, goats, they were the happiest little animals I think I've ever seen. Because you literally like take a step and then eat and just eat all day.
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna say they get paid to eat. They don't get paid at all.
Paid slavery.
Fact, yeah, hold on a minute. Maybe that's a little unethical. What's I guess, you know, the cut that they get is they get to eat the grass all day.
Let's look at it from a legal standpoint. You are not paying someone for their labor. It's either an internship or slavery. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you're not getting paid for what you're doing, you might.
If you don't get paid for eating grass, then you need to unionize.
Yeah, you might need to look into that shit. Speaking of unpaid internships, that's the only kind that exists in fucking LA for some reason.
Mine was actually paid.
Cool. Well,
my second one was.
Good for you. We can't all be so lucky.
Yeah, it was that Fox money.
They didn't even give us lunch.
Yeah, okay. They didn't give us lunch. We had to, supply.
But you got paid, Jill. I didn't get paid and I didn't get food.
Okay, that's pretty
I got LaCroix and that was it. So I was overdosing on LaCroix on a daily basis to the point where I was drinking the coconut kind, which no one likes the coconut kind.
Oh, that's brutal.
But I developed a taste for it and human blood, which I also use as sustenance.
It's also one of the ingredients in LaCroix. So
weirdly enough, I think that's what got me hooked.
Yeah, that's what gives it the zing and the little zest.
Yeah. It's not lemon. It's blood.
Yeah.
LaCroix. Drink it.
You know you want to.
Genuinely, though, I know I briefly mentioned how like life kicked the shit out of me when I moved to LA and I had a very LA experience, but I want to elaborate on that just so you guys know what this shit is like. So I graduated, applied to literally almost 200 positions, got an unpaid internship, and I found a place on Craigslist that was advertised. It was advertised as dorm style living, and my parents were very nice and they helped me get all my stuff in the car, drove down with me, and then we pull up to the place and there's like bars on the windows, and that's not some shit my parents are used to seeing. And so we're like, okay, this is fine. And so we get in and the living room's fine and there's air conditioning. There's a TV with Netflix and all this stuff. And then there was one room with 2 bunk beds and 4 women total, and another room with 2 bunk beds and 4 guys total. And there was one bathroom for 8 people and a kitchen. And everyone had all their shit crammed in there. The sink was clogged. Like, it was overflowing with just like grime and people's unmentionables. And I went to bed that night at the top bunk, and it was 2 a.m. It was so hot I couldn't fall asleep. And then I heard a fist fight break out in the apartment above me. And I hear these guys literally going at it like shit is getting broken. This girl is yelling at them to stop. I think someone's going to die. So I text my parents. I'm like, because they were staying in town for the night and then we're going to drive home the next day. They're like, yeah, we need to talk about, I was like, yeah, we need to talk about housing options. And so the next day, miraculously, I was able to get the safety deposit back. Basically told him like, yeah, I don't really feel safe here. There's a fist fight, all this shit. And miraculously, my dad found a place on Craigslist and I ended up living there for a year. I shared a room, again, was in a bunk bed in a top bunk, no AC, in Hollywood. So I lived there for a year, and then eventually during that time got a job, a paid job, saved up money, subletted Jillian's apartment at USC, and then moved to a shitty studio in North Hollywood with like a bunch of German cockroaches and little lederhosens running around the whole place.
Hello.
and then eventually I moved to where I am here after I got my most recent job. But it was so depressing. And also during this time, so moving from college to going to LA, I had like an existential crisis because I realized I wanted to go into film. But during that time, I had the worst anxiety I'd ever had. I had insane acne all over my face. I had my first instance of sleep paralysis, which I don't know if you've ever experienced.
No, I've never had it before. But I kind of want to.
I mean, be careful what you wish for because it was genuinely terrifying. So probably not great idea for me to do this. But I was reading a Stephen King book before bed. And I remember falling asleep. And so I woke up out of this kind of dream with this sensation that something really, really evil and dark was in the basement and was like calling to me. And I know, and I'm not a superstitious person. I don't really believe in ghosts necessarily. Like if there's proof of something, I'll look into it. But I'm waking out of this like sort of half dream with this dark sensation, and then in the corner of the room near the door that I think was open was this dark, tall, slender figure of a guy with a top hat, which is weirdly a common theme in sleep paralysis. There's like a tall, slender man with a top hat.
That is so weird. He's like, hey, ha-cha-cha-cha, I'm here to ruin your life.
It's like, hey, I thought you might want to check out my variety show.
He pulls out like one of those like hooked canes. He's like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
No, but genuinely, I was so terrified. I also couldn't move. So I'm like laying on my back, which I never do, and I'm staring at the corner of the room, and this fucking guy is just there, and it's just like this most menacing presence I've ever felt. And at some point I shook out of it, and I like went to my parents' bedroom, and I like grabbed onto my mom and was like shaking and freaking out. And anyway, I had the most intense, weird dreams during that time because of my anxiety, and like I was dissociating because like life was so fucking awful. I had another dream when I was sleeping in the bunk bed and I'd just seen Hellboy, like I'd rewatched Hellboy, and then I had some kind of living, waking dream that there were tentacles coming out of the light fixture above me in the bunk bed, and somehow half asleep, half awake, I backed myself off and out of the bunk bed down the ladder and was like on the ground, like hands over my knees, like hyperventilating. My roommate woke up. She's like, what the hell? And she later told me like she wanted me to go to her church because she thought I needed Jesus.
Oh my God.
But it was so bizarre. So when I tell you I had like a hellscape of a time, like transitioning to LA, it was
very literal. It was hot and there were tentacles coming out of the ceiling.
It was like hell, boy. Anyway, I've spoken for like a good hour by myself, but I just wanted to divulge that information because like I don't know if moving here, I hadn't heard anyone speak about that shit, honestly. And now you hear like, oh well, Brad Pitt was living in his car or whatever, and Chris Pratt was homeless or whatever, and Johnny Depp was sucking dick on the street.
Allegedly.
Anyway, but I just wanted to share that. If anyone else has had a similar experience, it's kind of eye-opening to have a very nice life and childhood and feel safe and secure, and then to be thrown into like financial stress and you having an existential crisis about what the hell am I doing here? I didn't even go to school for this.
I applied to a lot of jobs before I found...
Yeah, you lucked out. I mean, the timing worked well because that fear of not having a job when you graduate is fucking awful.
Yeah.
And you feel like shit and your parents give you shit.
Well, I know because my parents were like, well, you're going to have to move back home and you're going to have to work and you're going to pay rent here. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I applied to hundreds of jobs. And that was a very frustrating process, because I feel like you just get ghosted so many times. Like there were just so many, oh my God, excuse me. There were so many jobs that I just never heard back from.
Yeah, you worry about guys ghosting you. The real fucking worry is companies ghosting you because they don't give a fuck.
I just feel like it's really rude because it's just disheartening and it's stressful. And then you wonder, am I doing something wrong? And I tried so many different things, like I had a really good cover letter and I would change up how it looked or like what my resume looked like. I went into the career center because I was like, look, I'm like not getting anything back from these jobs. And I had designed my resume with, like using this thing called like the Swiss grids or whatever. And it's like this design technique that's very calculated and it's just formatted a certain way. And
you have to assemble it like IKEA furniture.
Yeah, exactly. It comes with instructions. I just remember the career lady was like, well, your resume is a little interesting. I was
this
like,
shit's ugly as hell, bitch.
Yeah, she's like, no, it looks like a 5-year-old made this. Please don't ever fucking send this to someone again.
You drew this in crayon? Jillian's like, yeah, it's actually this really, really ancient art technique.
No, but yeah, she pretty much told me to not submit that shit. I said something that I wanted to come back to, which was like my background in art and design. And my great uncle is a pseudo famous artist, not Van Gogh level, but he was pretty famous and he was part of a group called Los Cinco Pintores. And he has paintings like in the Smithsonian and his name's Joseph Bacos. But my dad,
your little brother's name, by the way.
Yeah, my little brother's named after him.
Who has none of the artistic talent.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joseph.
He could though if he practiced. I mean, I feel like it's it's definitely on that side of the family. But my uncle, my dad's brother, is an architect, and I just feel like it kind of runs in that side. But I just had to laugh because I saw a picture of him recently, and his hair is white and kind of longer, and he has glasses, and I was like, oh, he looks like Colonel Sanders. And my dad said, funny enough, Joseph Bacos was asked to be Colonel Sanders and he turned it down. And I was like,
shut up.
I know. I'm like, I see it. I really fucking see it, though. He looks like Colonel Sanders.
You could have had all the fried chicken you ever wanted.
I know. Son of a bitch.
God damn it, Joseph. God damn it.
I know. You fucking liberal artist having to say no to capitalists. I just think that's a funny piece of trivia.
What if you were the next Colonel Sanders? You have it in your blood.
Oh my God, I'm gonna girl boss my way into being Colonel Sanders.
Wasn't there that weird, like, not a joke, but a joke Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders, like, soap opera thing that they just tried to do?
What?
Yes. KFC is wilding out there. I have no idea what they're doing.
Remember when he got voted, like, the sexiest man alive or whatever?
Yes?
I disagree.
Who's your sexiest man alive? My daddy.
No. Your dad.
Oh God.
No, I would say I feel like all the men that when I think of like really sexy men, when they come to mind, it's like all these silver foxes, like Idris Elba, the dude who played
Christopher
Shang-Chi's
Plummer
dad. I forget that actor's name.
I don't remember his name.
He's a silver fox too.
Shang-Chi's dad.
Yes, that's his official real birth name.
Mr. Shang-Chi dad.
Please, that was my father.
Call me dad.
I'm trying to think. There's other people too. Like, okay, not to be weird, but I think Jeff Goldblum's pretty sexy. I guess that's not weird. A lot of people find him sexy.
Yeah.
What's his face? Daniel Craig. I think he's sexy.
Daniel Craig.
It's me, Daniel Craig.
Now that you're listing all these names, I can't think of a single person.
I know. Now that I've been asked,
well,
but the first person who came to mind was Idris Elba. I think he's just a god.
Yeah, you just saw him in Suicide Squad, and you were.
I love him.
Hot and bothered.
He's a really talented actor, and he's also extremely good looking.
A DJ, lest we forget.
What?
You're going to tell me you're an Idris Elba fan and not know he's a DJ?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I did know this. Yeah. He's so talented. Sure. Wow. Does he need his green card? Because I'm open to marrying him for it.
He could play DJ on me anytime.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other men.
Me neither. I really...
Robert Pattinson.
But he's
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, are we talking about older guys or what?
I guess I'm thinking of older men. I don't know. Is that weird?
King. What the fuck? Who's that 90-year-old king or prince who just died?
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip.
Oh my God, so dreamy.
Daddy Philip.
The way they stapled the skin to the back of his head to make him look like he was still alive was so sexy.
The sexiest corpse I've ever seen.
Yes.
And the fucking picture of him in the car looks like he was just visited by the angel of death.
Dude, seriously, he looks fucking dead. I feel like he was dead for a while.
And they Weekend at Bernie's him.
Yeah, exactly. They just had strings, visible strings. And
do you think he's taxidermied somewhere? Do you think there's a family out there? If any family taxidermied their predecessors, it would be the royal family.
Yeah, I'd believe it.
I have to bet there's a secret closet somewhere. I mean, there's got to be a taxidermied person. I just saw on another podcast, there's this thing where apparently they will pose at certain people's funerals. They will pose the dead body doing their favorite thing.
Oh my God. Okay, but can they pose me jerking off?
There's a guy on a motorcycle. They have him crouched down on his motorcycle in the seat.
That's so disturbing.
There's a guy with a snapback and his homies playing dice.
Fear die.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I die, I would like to be taxidermied and hung up on the mantle of my children's fireplace, just looking down at them like, hey.
I want to be crucified. No.
I remember someone was like, when I die, this is a Tumblr post from a really fucking long time ago, but it was like, when I die, and I have my funeral, I want it to be open casket. And then when people walk up, I'm not in the casket. And then all of a sudden disco music starts playing and strobe lights go off. And then my body swings down from the ceiling. And
that's Nick Swardson.
On a ceiling fan. Is that Nick Swardson?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh my God. I think someone made a post about it on Tumblr too. But yeah.
Yeah.
Swinging around.
Oh my God. No, I don't know. I want to do something absurd with my dead body.
I want to be... Okay, this is a real thing. You can be put into a pod, a biodegradable pod,
yes.
And they plant you
as a tree.
Yes, I want to do that.
I want to be like that tree in Pocahontas. It's like, hey kids,
yeah,
come closer. Don't do drugs.
Yeah,
unless it's prescribed to you.
When I'm dead, I want them to tape me to one of those mechanical bulls and see how long I could stay on.
No, I want to become the mechanical bull.
I want them to tan my hide and turn me into
skin luggage
or a football. Just so my kids have something to play with,
yeah.
Or my grandkids probably.
Yeah, we'll never leave their lives, just forever.
Skin luggage and a football,
and a lamp
with eyes.
Yeah,
with eyes
on there.
And eyelashes,
Grandma's
but
eyes
falsies.
fell out again. You just gotta pop them back in, kids.
Turn me into a motorcycle. Just
a skin motorcycle.
Fashion me. My eyes can be the headlights. Find a way. Come on, scientists. What are we paying you for if not for this?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like technology will have advanced.
Turn me into a car seat. Just sit on me. Every time you go for a drive, you'll think, man, Lauren's looking at me right now.
Yeah, I can almost feel her heart beating, but what I'm really feeling is her stuffed boobs.
Hey, who said they were stuffed? These are real, baby.
Well, they gotta stuff them when you're dead.
That's true. Give me triple D's when I'm dead.
Yeah, can I get a boob job when I'm dead?
Can I get a post-mortem boob job?
Yeah, exactly. There's a mortician on TikTok who posts about, she doesn't show the bodies, but she does their makeup and she'll show, Yeah.
What does she show if she's not showing the body?
Well, she'll take like old makeup or whatever, just that people donate, or it's just expired makeup.
Oh, so they're not even getting grade A shit. They're
I know.
just like, here's the leftovers.
Yeah, how fucking cheap. They can't even wear like Chanel makeup or whatever.
It's like drugstore off-brand.
Yeah. But they mix it with Vaseline.
Nope.
I think so. The skin doesn't dry out.
Nope.
Super gross.
Okay, so what is she showing on her TikTok if she's not showing the body?
She shows herself mixing the makeup, and she'll like do like a swatch test on her glove.
Knowing what she's doing is disgusting in itself.
I know, it's worse. And
I don't want to know.
By the way, there's a lot of shit on TikTok that just like flies under the radar. I feel like.
Meanwhile, you just show your big old titties in a very modest blouse. A blouse, mind you, saying something completely appropriate, and she gets banned.
Yeah, I got my video removed.
Her mommy milkers are just, God damn
too
it. Why did I
big.
even say that? I hate saying that.
No, dude, there's a TikTok account for a crime scene cleanup company, and they will show the house or apartment or whatever, like, like maybe a body died, like a body died. A person dies and their body starts to decompose, and they'll show like all of the shit on the ground. I mean, it's not like fresh, it's all dried and whatever, but
you mean the shit that they shit when they die?
Yes. No, like the blood and
I'm kidding.
soup. Human soup.
Oh no. Oh,
it's just fucking crazy that they can show that, right? Like, I would think that would be. No, I just think that's fucking insane that they allow that on TikTok. It's very mature content and kind of scarring. Like, I don't want to see that, but I kind of do. It's like when you watch like pimple popping videos. Nope. It's so disgusting, but you just can't stop.
Can't relate.
Yeah, me neither.
Jillian literally will have me lay on my bed so she can fucking pop my pimples.
It's true. I do that to Marco too.
It's disgusting.
That's how I know, by the way, that we really are just related to like cavemen.
Monkey. My monkey brain must pop pimple.
No,
pimpy.
Like, because like chimpanzees or whatever, they'll like pick bugs and stuff off of each other, and I'm just sitting there picking. Yeah, I'm picking pimples off of my loved ones and then eating it.
Mm-hmm. I'd really try to get her to stop. Like, I'm like, Jill, we have tissues. Just wipe it on the tissue.
But it tastes so good.
No, genuinely, I don't get the pimple popping thing.
There's just something about it. I love it.
I was like, I'd pick my split ends, especially when I had long hair, and my mom would pick me up from school or whatever, and I would just like pop off my split ends in the car, and she would get so pissed because there'd just be a bunch of tiny little hairs all over the car seat, like I'm a fucking shedding dog. But I couldn't help it. It was so therapeutic. It was like I think I just had all this built up anxiety, and my outlet was like, oh yeah, I'll just self trim my own hair. It's like self grooming. Like, you pluck your eyebrows, or trim your mustache, or
shave your pubes off,
and then glue them back on because you regret it.
And do a little mustache.
It's getting late. It's 10:00 and I have to go pack up because I'm gonna go visit my parents for the weekend.
That's nice. You can terrorize your parents for a few days.
Do you not know how our dynamic works? They terrorize me, bitch. They're like, let me give you a bunch of unsolicited advice. On that note, we're gonna sing you off.
Yeah. God bless America.
God bless
Never
America.
forget.
Never forget.
Never forgetty. When 9/11 happened, my mom was making spaghetti. I was so upsetty. Never forgetty.
I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died.
Why not the
and
women?
gave their right to me. And I'll probably stand up next to you and defend her still today. Well, there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Well, we hope you enjoy a nice dinner of spag daddy tonight, and never forget
to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for listening.
No, genuinely, be sure to follow us on Instagram, and everything should be linked in the description. So you can check us out on our website at relatablepodcastshow.com. We also have a Patreon if you're feeling generous, if you're feeling tipsy. And we're also on YouTube and a bunch of other platforms, so feel free to check us out there. On that note, this is Lauren signing off.
And this is Jillian also signing off.
Adios, amigos.
Goodbye.